Please excuse my rifle being on the kitchen island. We just moved and this is the only space I have to kind of work and video currently. Our garage is half full of moving supplies. So thanks for your patience, and praise be to my wife as she has a lot of patience and is allowing me to work on guns on our kitchen island counter. So bear with me. I wanted to go over my new rifle and the decisions I made on it. You can see this is the Savage BA Stealth. This is chambered in 338 Lapua. No cartridge in there, empty mag. And I picked this up from my cousin. The reason being is he lives in San Antonio, I live in the Dallas area, and he used to have a 1,000-yard range close to him. We would frequently meet up in Crescent, Texas, which is southwest of Fort Worth. It's a 2,000-yard range, and he would bring this along with his RPR and 6.5 Creedmoor, and I'd bring my long-range guns, and we'd meet up. However, the 1,000-yard range by his house has closed, and he didn't really shoot this for a few reasons, but the main one being it's a common problem for this top rail to kind of come loose. It feels like it's tight, and then you start shooting, things start heating up, and for some reason it just starts to kind of get loose. There's another video on YouTube that kind of goes over how to solve this problem. I got some longer bolts that go through the rail back here, and I also cleaned and degreased everything along with degreasing all the inserts in the actual receiver, so that way blue Loctite would actually just hold everything in place. I went ahead and did that. I have not shot this rifle yet. I plan to this weekend and kind of give a little range report on it, but we'll see if it holds up. The scope that's on it is a Nikon Black FX1000. It's a 6-24. But the reason I have this Nikon Black FX1000 is because whenever Nikon first had announced that they were going to no longer be making rifle optics, they had a blowout sale on Euro Optic, and they were a pretty good price. I got one of the 4-14s for my AR-10, but that's the only one I had purchased whenever they were on the sale price. They have since gone back up close to the original sale price. However, a lot of the people who had purchased them when they were on sale are now selling them pre-owned for cheaper than the sale price. So you can pick them up if you're willing to be patient for cheaper than the sale price. I got this one for $350 or $380, something like that. It came with these Vortex covers as well as this Vortex bubble level. So it's a screaming deal. I couldn't pass it up. I actually have a few of these in my garage, not on any rifle, just because I've found a few good deals. I couldn't pass it up. So anyway, that's the reason this optic is on this rifle, because I already had one laying around. And the only thing I needed to buy for this to work with the 338 on my 2,000-yard range is a 10 MOA base. Some people will be up at arms with me getting a 10 MOA scope mount, pairing it with a 20 MOA scope base. But since this is only a 30mm tube, the adjustability of the turrets for elevation is really the limiting factor here. So I wanted to get the most out of this scope as I could while still be able to zero it at 100, which this allows me to do. This 30 MOA total of cant allows me to zero this optic at 100 yards. It's close to the bottom of the turret adjustment. However, I can still zero it, and then that gives me almost the entire range of adjustability up for this optic to reach out to 2,000 yards, and then also use the reticle for any kind of bullet drop compensation. So that's why I went ahead and did this. I have a video going over this LaRue mount. This is a LaRue mount with a VFZ mounting system. There's not too much information on these. Most people opt for the quick detach mounting on these type scope mounts. However, it's an extra cost, and I don't really take my stuff off frequently enough to justify getting the quick detach. So if you want to find more info out on how to mount this style LaRue mount, check out my video, which I will post up in the corner here. Went over the scope, went over the rifle, went over my fix for the rifle. I will actually link the YouTube video below on the guy talking about the new hardware and stuff that he did for that. But I do plan to make a video series going over different 338 Lapua bullet comparisons similar to my 6.5 Grendel. If you have a 6.5 Grendel, I'm curious, I have a lot of videos going over and comparing the accuracy of all of the box ammunition out there. There's really nothing like that for the 338, since most people that have it actually do reload. If you are a person who doesn't want to reload or can't reload or doesn't have the equipment to reload, consider subscribing, because I will be going over some of the more common 338 ammo and kind of comparing it in consistency and how it performs at 100 yards. So stay tuned. I appreciate the support, and thanks for watching.